open. Man, wiki.
I was just resting my eyes, even though it's kind of pointless, because like I said, it is like mostly veins. That's most of what I see right now.
Okay.
I know the car stopped, but where are we?
At your hotel.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Basically, like, all of my worldly possessions are in there right now, because, like, I don't think there's any point in me going back to Providence right now. There's not really much of anything for me there anyway. And, you know, you're fucked. You don't have a way out. That was among the...
That's good to know. How fucked am I? Like, what's going on here? Because you were like, oh, I'm gonna tell you stuff. Oh, I'm doing the full set-off voice again. I'm sorry. I'm making fun of you a little bit. But you were like, oh, I'm gonna tell you stuff. Just wait. Just you wait. I'm gonna tell you everything. And then you told me nothing.
I mean, I told you that the Force was...
Nothing. See? You see what I got here? You can't see it. But that's what you've told me. Nothing. My hand is empty, by the way. I'm reading out the closed captions for you.
All right, look, I really want to get a shower and go to sleep, but you did get me a burger.
Yep.
And
you owe me one.
Drive me here.
I mean, either you pay me back, or you tell me everything about the Force, and you're still fucking paying me back. I don't give a shit.
All right, fine. You get some quest. You get until I feel like I'm about to fall asleep, because like
I'm waking you up. I don't care. I'm getting some answers.
All right. This is the window button, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations, you put the window up.
I can't really...
Do you feel accomplished?
I can't really see much more than the idea of your face, but I know that it looks smug, because I know you. All right. You got your questions, start asking them before I...
So, why do I remember nothing? Like, how is that possible? Like, I know my memory is trash, like, super bad. But remembering, like, or not remembering, rather, that much stuff. How? Also, like, what? Also, like, who? Maybe? But mainly what and how?
I mean, that is probably the most complicated question that you could have led with, and it's like...
The most important one.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the most important one, but it's like if you walked into Algebra 101 and said, I need you to tell me all of the math I need to build a rocket ship right now. Like, you are lacking a bunch of the fundamental knowledge to understand that, and it's going to be a long time for me to be able to communicate that. But the long and short of it is, I was careless and complacent, and you suffered for it, which shouldn't have happened. And the memory loss was a side effect of my attempt to fix it.
Did you, like, really drug me?
What?
Be straight up with me. Did you, like, when I wasn't, like, letting you, did you, like, go somewhere and just go, like, whoosh, and just, like, stick me with the needle?
It
was at least a clean needle, right?
Do you think that there's an EpiPen that exists for inducing laser-guided amnesia? Is that how you think this works?
I don't know how any of this works. That's why I'm asking you questions. You know, because I don't know.
Look, I don't have the energy to explain how any of that works. You're gonna have to pick another question. I'm sorry. I want to explain it to you at some point, but not right now.
Okay, so if the forest is like uwu, dark magic, whatever, why was I there?
Okay, so first off, it's not dark magic. It's more like, you ever hear about collective unconscious theory? Or like anything about Jungian anything?
Nope.
Okay, well, it's not my job to tell you. Wikipedia exists for a reason, and it is... Why am I... hot? If it's been 3 weeks, it would be June by now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No wonder. Okay, so...
Close to halfway through it, even.
I'm just gonna.
Oh, okay. Make sure you don't forget that.
It's on you to remind me, especially because I can't see where that went.
Well, it's on you to remind me to remind you. Got him. But more importantly, why was I there if it's like dangerous and
Do you remember what?
malevolent or whatever?
Do you remember what I said about the whole complacency thing and how I thought it would only bother targeting me?
Yeah, but also if it's targeting you, why were you there?
I found what I thought was not a cure, but at least something that would help me get it off my back. And I mean, I was so fucking excited by it that I just kind of, after one day of trying to test it, I ran home and that was that.
A cure?
Not a cure. It's just like, I don't know. I've only heard them called dampener pills, but it's not laser guided amnesia so much as it's like laser guided executive dysfunction with the side of brain fog. You still remember that supernatural things are there and exist, but your recognition of that is sort of pulled away from your conscious mind. Like, you can be aware of it all you want, but you cannot act on it. And the memories themselves are so clouded that you can't really get to them anyway. Am I explaining this at all?
So is that what you're struggling with?
Yes, okay, fine. Yes, I panicked because the forest fucking called you the hermit, and I didn't know what that meant other than it was part of its half-assed hero symbolism, and I thought that I was the only one, but having it confirmed like that, and the force would not have told me if it didn't know that there wasn't a way for me to reverse it. And then I panicked and I completely ignored everything that I was told about how you're not supposed to do more than one of the dampener pills every hour. So I shoved like 10 of them down your throat, and your phone wouldn't stop fucking recording. So I pulled the fucking battery out of it, and then I just fucking left you there. I ran back.
Wait, hold on. So you overdosed me on a drug that you don't necessarily fully understand how it works, and then left me there.
Listen, just because I've been dealing with the supernatural for the past few years doesn't mean that I am not immune to panicking and making dumb decisions. And I just didn't want to have it confirmed for me that I fucked up. So I went back to Providence and I prayed that, I mean, these things they're reliant on our memories, our conscious understanding of them. They can't really get to us if we're not, it's both a matter of being aware of them and able to act on that awareness. So yes, I assume that's the reason for the memory loss. If you decide that you don't trust me after learning that, then at least let me make sure to fill you in on everything else before I get out of your life.
I think I'm honestly too sketched out by the forest to kick you out, at least for now.
So in other words, it's just an alliance through fear of the thing that wants us both.
I suppose. I don't know.
Honestly, that's a lot better than I thought you were going to take that. I mean, why do you think I didn't want to have to... I wanted to at least be able to control how you were told a little better. But yeah, that's the whole reason that... I mean, the dampener pills aren't foolproof. Just because you can't really act on the memories and they're so fogged over that you don't really understand them doesn't mean that they're not still there. And it didn't mean that the forest... I mean, I'm not really sure what being the Hierophant means, but I'm pretty sure I'm not 100% human anymore. And I guess that the forest used that to drag me back in.
How are you not human?
mean, it's not on the physically speaking, my body is still the same, but conceptually speaking, Hierophant is me.
Yeah, you've lost me.
Think of it like body and soul divide, if they just kind of blurred into each other around the edges. It's not something I can really explain in the course of a minute. But my body is Vincent Sherman. My concept is the Hierophant. And they are operating within the same entity, but despite them being different, they are still one thing. Does that make any sense?
Not really, but it probably won't.
I mean, yeah, remember what I said about how you can't really do much better than half-assed metaphors to understand most of this stuff? That probably would be all I had to give you, even if I was, like, completely awake and aware.
Yeah. It's like back to the whole, like, Hierophant, Hermit, whatever the fuck. Like, those videos that I did not put there once.
And I inferred as much.
What the fuck was that?
I assume that it was the forest, but honestly, that's not something I've ever seen it do before. It might have, I mean, it can't possess us, so it's not like it was, body jacking you in the middle of the night, editing the videos and putting them up on the channel. Speaking of which, you haven't touched that, right?
No.
I'm just going to have to take your word on it, because I was down in the forest for 3 weeks. I try to... The forest can usually... It lets me heal things sometimes. So I tried to make it fix the whole seeing veins thing, and it may be just because then again, it might also be because I've been fucking it up good for the past several weeks. God, there's the fucking weird things about it too. Like, you see this shit, like, I have been developing hangnails, like, ridiculously more easily ever since this thing deemed me its Hierophant, and I don't even know why. Because, like, it's the same thing as why I don't know why it's using tarot symbolism. Like, it's half-assing it, and it's not even... I'm not even sure if it can understand things, but... it's just... I don't think it understands any more about what Hierophant and Hermit mean than either of us would after looking it up on Wikipedia and giving it a cursory scan. And that's basically how all of this shit works. So, if you were hoping for me to give you any more of an explanation as to what the forest is, it's not some alien intelligence that landed in there and started growing things. It's not like some evil guy who did plant magic to turn into a forest. It's not like some interdimensional eldritch abomination that... Well, it might be, but I have no idea. I've been trying to figure this stuff out for years, and I still don't properly understand it. So if you were hoping for me to explain that, then ask a simpler question.
I don't know about simpler, but, who is stalking me? Because, I can be a little bit, tripped out sometimes, but someone was definitely stalking me.
That is something that I'm not going to drag you into the process of fixing. I can fix it. I have the equipment to fix it, and I am equipped to fix it. So I am going to. And I'll tell you...
Equipment?
A gun. You cannot touch it.
Oh, man.
Again, I still can't really see a lot, but I could guess the expression on your face when I said that. That is not some... They're not... it's more of a pest than anything else, but it's still, I'm going to take care of it, and I'm not going to drag you into it.
Okay.
Can you accept that much?
I guess.
Great. Can I go in, or are you going to keep me here for a half hour? Because like I said, I'd really like to get a shower and go to sleep.
I mean, I would like to be paid back, but...
Look, I'll contact you later, and this time I actually will, rather than just going into the roots for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Can I go now?
I mean, something or other, free will, something or other, I don't know. Can you go?
I'm going to have to.
It's back there. It's back there somewhere. I'm sure you can find it.
Again, I will reach out to you, and I will do it more quickly this time. That much I can promise. I'm not going to be diving back into the roots.
Okay. Don't trip on your way up the stairs. Or the elevator. I don't know how much you're with it.
It is surprisingly ADA compliant, so I think I should be able to manage to at least find my way to the elevator.
I have no clue what the ADA is.
Americans with Disabilities Act.
Oh.
I can't read Braille, admittedly, but I think that I can remember where the buttons are, and like, it's only got 3 stories, so I don't really have to guess.
I think we need to go back to kindergarten and learn how to count. There's 4 stories. Thank you. Goodbye.